people were having trouble with?
The button disappears when the back end goes down because there's no information being fed to the static React. So
Right.
so like if there's enough traffic, the the server just crashes. So that's not like it's like a content delivery network issue. So um we're working on, we stopped whitelisting new people to use the platform whatsoever, and we'll purge the list. But it's mostly the mints that are causing the traffic anyway. So as far as I know, Rich already fixed it. So what's today? Friday. As far as I know, Rich already fixed it. So ET may be about to merge something today. It looks like he's awake and working on stuff. So
sweet.
But that's what the lack of ability to reveal a collection is related to. Is just like, and I think he also did change a couple things with how that's happening. I think did it? Here's my question. Also, did it export your base URI? Did you get your base URI exported to you? I know we've played with that a couple times. Like,
no, didn't work on my deployment one day ago.
What do you mean it didn't work? It didn't export it to you?
Wait, no, we just deployed, and now when you go on the collection, the reveal collection metadata base URL is undefined, cannot reveal collection. I'm not sure if this is like supposed to.
That's how it's reading right now.
Yeah, like it didn't populate the cover image on the collection preview, and I can't set provenance, and the reveal collection gives out red error. But the red error wasn't occurring the first 20 hours after deployment. It just popped up today. It wasn't there yesterday, actually.
Yeah,
I posted a screenshot in Smashable bug.
No, that means that the thing. All right, give me a second.
So I don't know if it helps, but I did a deploy today on testnet, and I did get my URI. Coma, was that today that you didn't get that?
No, I deployed like 24, like 30 hours ago or something like that.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense. So Kona, you probably just need to clear your cache and refresh your shit. The backend may have crashed. ET is awake now. He probably put the backend back up, and that's why you're seeing it. But Kona, so we hired someone for DevOps and stuff. We still need to find like a really proper DevOps person. I hope you guys understand like the sort of issue related to that, which is that that's giving someone like DNS level access to our system, so we can't just like fucking hire some random person to do DevOps, you know? So it's not like, it's just part of like a growing pain that we're gonna have to deal with for the next like probably week or so as we get this sorted. But like, it's not like we can't just like give someone access to, can't just give someone access to CDN and then be like, okay, yeah, have fun, have access to this, because I mean, it's like that's one of like the security layers of the content delivery, right? So it'll get resolved. We're, soon we'll even have enough CDN that we can actually advertise the product.
Yes. Are we stopping adding new freemiums right now already?
Yes.
Yes. And we cleaning out the ones which haven't like touched it, or
What do you mean? Yeah, if they haven't touched it, we can purge them.
yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah, keeping the database clean.
Uh,
I-
what's up, Dracatus?
I was going to ask, is the point and click and the whole user interface that we use with you, and again, maybe this was out somewhere and I just never heard it, but will we have that for, say, our clients, like kind of like a SaaS product, or is it? Am I reading that wrong? And it'll just be like
AJ has requested us to provide an API as of
Oh,
right
cool.
now. Yeah, and we would like to provide people with an API. As of right now, it's on our list of shit to do. But like the first thing on our list is hiring more devs, and like we've been, like I said, we just
Yeah.
hired one. We hired C. You guys noticed we hired C. Like he started a couple weeks ago, so it's on our list, but it's not at the front of our list. Obviously, like adding audio support, adding like there are a whole bunch of features and
Yeah,
optimizations that will come before providing exportable API. So
fair enough. Yeah. And then another question, if I could, maybe unless somebody else wants to jump in. I find it hard. I'm never really sure where I'm supposed to be like doing my tests. Like I'm never really sure between bugs and just little hiccups and different things. Sometimes you're on the dev site, sometimes you're on the main site, sometimes it's test net, sometimes it's poly test net. So I'm never really
Can
sure,
we
like, sorry, Colin?
maybe yeah, like can we have a status page, like a page which says
that just got built. So it'll go live. There's like a status page, and it'll start
Yeah.
exporting on you guys like what the like if
Oh,
something's down, what it is that's down and stuff like that. And they just like that stuff you don't see is like when we like optimize all of like any error logging and things like that. So that's been done. Like oftentimes they're just things that need to go through QC and stuff like that. So it's
yeah, for sure.
yeah, there's a status page, and it should come to the regular end. You should be you're talking about generating test collections.
Well, that's pretty much all I've been doing so far, and I could be doing something wrong, but like I've got a bunch of junk that could probably just be tossed out. But again, it's just because sometimes like I've gone into, use the platform, but then either I read of some bug that's happening or I come across some bug. So I just kind of hands off it for the day and just kind of lay off and just kind of wait. And so I'm watching these updates of, this is fixed. And then you see somebody else talking to ET and it's like, well, try this over on Poly. And I'm never really sure where I'm supposed to be. So I've never really felt
So
like I've
look,
got like a full collection.
if you're doing testnet deployments, you should be using Polygon testnet for any testnet deployments. The reason for
Yeah.
that is because someone is spamming Ropscene and Rinkeby right now. So you can use them, but it's going to take you like you're going to be waiting like 1 to 2 minutes uh for each contract interaction.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay.
But I mean, you can also you can you can deploy your test collections on any network that you want to. I would recommend using Polygon testnet. Okay, that's what we use when we're deploying testnet collections. Sometimes we use like Ropscene or Rinkeby, depending on network congestion. But you can use any testnet you want for your testnet deployments. There's
So when there's a bug, is it isolated it and probably me not understanding stuff, but it's isolated to the app. It doesn't matter which, like, an error can't exist when I'm running to Polygon and then not exist when I say do a proper deploy, right? Like it's the whatever bugs are happening regardless of network that you're on, right?
Yeah, and there are also, like I said, there are also people lately, as far as I know, and I have to do a check all of the do a check on the status of patches, but as far as I can tell lately, the quote unquote bugs that people have been experiencing over the last week have been related to content delivery, not to any actual issues with the software. Right? So it's been related to basically like the platform and the number of hits and requests that the website is getting, just just growing massively, and then SSH just, and then the server just starting to reject SSH requests. So
Oh wow. Okay.
yeah, I mean, like we can show you guys our traffic stats, but it's like there are times when it's like some of the Mint pages that have had like 2,500 people looking at it all at the same time. You know,
Oh wow.
so that's what it's related to, is just content delivery, and we're just, like I said, we're optimizing content delivery to make sure that um as far as I can tell, the only time we had someone did have an issue with allow list minting because the back end crash, but we're uh, you know, ET just immediately just scales up the content delivery every time that happens. It's just you guys are people in the West Coast are most active, and it's like it's just, I mean, essentially what happens is like the the whole thing needs to be like Dockerized and then like put on Rails so that it can pop up on, so like
Yep.
AWS can spin up additional instances. Right now we're running a single regional instance, and ET hasn't gone to set up like like he hasn't set up additional instances yet, because it really just like relies, someone needs to like appropriately set up all of the load balancing and everything like that as that infrastructure gets built up, so that we don't just, so we aren't just paying for compute that's going unutilized. But as of now, the plan is that in the next, like in the coming, I would say 1 to 2 weeks, we should have like AWS West and AWS EU servers up and running, which will also like, yeah. So we're gonna expand to we'll expand the CDN, and that should optimize the issues that people have experienced with that are related to like revealing metadata, as well as the um yeah, just any issues related to, because it's important to note, right, like the back end server and the front end are two separate instances, if that makes sense, right? So like when everything you're seeing on the front end is just like a storage bucket, but then like the actual workhorse machine that's doing all of the compute, that's like processing the images and streaming the metadata, and then like uploading everything to IPFS. So it's like we've already like, I mean, the number of we've had times where like we're rate limited by Infura, and then there's one outage that happened. I guess like we had an outage while Mint was going on, and people were basically like, "What's going on? I can't reveal my metadata. I can't do anything." But like we use an IPFS Infura endpoint, um, which I think ET may have like rerouted to use our own infrastructure right now. But at the time, we were using IPFS's Infura endpoint, and Infura went down, and so there was basically a bad IPFS gateway, right? So it's like there are a number of moving parts, and some of like the error messages are not some of like the way the error messages appear, it's just like, oh, something went wrong, but there are like multiple things occurring at that step, so it can go wrong for a number of reasons, and then just doesn't tell you, and it forces you to like move back multiple steps. So some of that like user experience is getting optimized and resolved, so that like if you're creating a collection, for example, and like the metadata pinning fails because of a bad IPFS gateway or something like that, that like it won't like make you completely restart and recreate the collection, but will just give you a chance to attempt repinning the metadata, if that makes sense.
Yeah, makes perfect sense.
I'm completely lost, but sounds juicy.
That's actually how we have our app set up. Same thing, AWS multiple instances front and back. We're doing similar things, so it makes good sense. Are the things like the provenance button not working? Is that also tied to content delivery?
Yeah, any of those
Yeah.
buttons not working, that's just CDS.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I opened the console and saw it's 404 server not reachable, means yeah, can't reach the backend. Like wah wah wah.
Is it
Yeah, for sure. Are those things that are correctable? Like we just don't worry about them because they can be fixed after, so we can still like. I guess I'm just worried about deploying and then like.
If you got a message that says your collection was created successfully,
Yeah.
right? If you got to congratulations, your collection has been created, and you have the ability to deploy the collection, you have the ability to deploy the contract, then
That's what matters, right?
yeah, then you're
Everything
good.
else.
Still, you should do a testnet deployment beforehand to make sure that all of your fields in the contract are correct, right? But
Okay.
all of your information is there. It's just the server exists. It's just crashed because of too many
Mm-hmm.
too many inbound requests. So it's like we're working to, like I said, we're working on content delivery right now. We may
Oh, you're gone. Like your internet is gone. We can't hear you anymore. I'm not sure if you can hear us, Chef, but you're gone since 20 seconds.
I think he's doing something, maybe.
I mean, he cut middle sentence, so it was kind of.
So it's really just as long as the contract's deployed. Everything else is just CDN around it, which all can be done and fixed after the fact without having to do a second deploy, is what it sounds like to me. Is that right, Tara?
A second deploy wouldn't fix it because it's like, yeah, the back end is couldn't like.
Yeah, no,
think-
I understand. That's what I'm
Oh,
saying.
okay,
As long as the contract deploys, everything else that's related to content that's not working is CDN related. Thus, you don't have to worry about the contract not working as long as we get that like contract deployed. I guess
Yeah,
I'm always just worried about like, do I want to deploy now, and am I going to end up doing a deploy that has some bug in it that say
But
makes
that's the
my
thing is, you can deploy your contract and wait for everything else to get worked out before you turn on any minting or anything. Like you can do that.
Yeah, I understand that. I just because I've been unclear about like what state which is in or whatever, I've just been reluctant because it's like, oh well, is there going to be a bug that can't be fixed or whatever? But
No.
and that's literally what I'm asking now. Like, and I think I'm getting it. As long as the contract's together and proper, and everything builds proper, then the rest is just wait.
Yeah.
I mean,
think
the contract is written right. Everything is just UI and front end related, and errors occurring there is just like
Yeah.
an issue between like the actual front end and the back end, and like and not really on the contract level, because the contract is like the one since like we split it from DAO, like being DAO like a main contract with DAO functionality to main with DAO as a proxy, and it's not touched since then. And before it was just like together and has been tested. So everything is like working. The rest is just CDN related.
Cool.
Like completely.
Well, that's awesome because that's just resources. That's especially if you guys are using AWS. That's ridiculously easy to add more as needed.
The scaling up should be pretty easy, and as you said, like ET was scaling up every time he saw we peak, we went over the peak. Just like but it's going up and up.
That makes
and
me
up,
feel
so
more comfortable knowing that you're set up.
that's actually pretty bullish that they have to scale up all the time. So I'm not complaining. Actually, I'm pretty.
It's a good
bullish
problem to have. For sure.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good problem to have. Imagine having like a ice like ice cream truck, and the queue would be so long you can't serve all the people. I mean, that's a good thing.
It's definitely better than it's running out of resources is definitely much better than just having bugs in code. For sure.
Like that. Exactly. So there's no actual bugs on contractual level, only front end communication stuff.
Is there a like a list of the features that are in the feature requests that are in that are like maybe prioritized? Like I know with my day job, with probably what you guys are doing there with like you're probably using some form of sprint or agile or whatever.
They had a kind of Eisenhower metrics in the beginning, but it's kind of already outdated, I would say, because some stuff of that has already implemented and new stuff has popped up already. Chef, is there
there'll be an updated Eisenhower matrix on Monday.
Cool.
Thank you.
I only ask because I just don't want to put in features that if I can look up and go, wow, no, this will be low priority. I don't even want to put it in. You know what I mean? Like I'm just trying to.
No, absolutely valid point.
I mean, dude, we literally just hired like one of the most beast mode back end devs. Like the dude's a beast. So it's gonna mean that like ET no longer has to focus on anything back end at all because the dude's competent to completely handle the back end, which means that like ET can focus on more like Solidity improvements and things like that. And C is available to help on Solidity and like automation improvements as well. And then the only other thing we're going to be adding is one additional dev to. We're just waiting for one additional front end dev, just like front end development and stuff like that. But like the DAO dashboard is, as far as I know, basically like complete and in unit testing right now. So that's going to go live. And then I just kind of have to like check where the additional features are. I know audio is like high on the priority list. Audio support is high on the priority list. I'm not sure what other. I have to kind of like look at the list right now and see where we're at. Things get built in.
Yeah, as they can. Yeah, I get that. I was only asking to references just so I don't put in stupid shit that's obviously much lower priority than other things that are in.
I mean, I don't think there are any stupid ideas to like put stuff in because there's also never telling when it's like something is we just like what something is or we think it's a good user experience upgrade and then it's actually relatively simple for us to do, right? So everything just gets done by urgency and importance. Like if it's urgent and important, then that's what we're focused on first. So obviously right now content delivery is key, right?
Yeah.
Like we had to pause allowing people to use the platform just exclusively for that reason, right? So it's like we paused letting new people use the platform And that's it. So
Yeah. Cool.
Cool. Are there any other questions?
I had 2 feature requests lately. One is minor, not need to be mentioned, but the other one is like I had the idea to bring in an option basically that you can say either you want to upload like a desktop and a mobile background to your Mint page, or you can swap to HTML and CSS, so you can freely design the whole Mint page. And yeah, that would be an idea.
Yeah, I think that's doable. I guess
I wrote a detailed request in the feature request channel, like allows SS to CSS, flexbox, and grid, allow image elements, allow anchor tags for social links, API access to the load in the Mint button, and yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I was thinking about that today too, Coma, when I was looking at the page. And just like some coloring control would be nice. It's mostly the fish bones I find, like, although they're great for your guys' stuff and your branding, it would be really out of place with our branding, which kind of made me also wonder about the domain. Are you guys doing any sort of, or are there plans for any sort of being able to do it under like a subdomain of our own domain, or will
You mean
for
for the allow listments and stuff?
no, I meant for like the when you go to the Mint page, it's on the Omakasea domain, obviously, which makes sense. But if we're doing like commercial whitelisting, I would prefer to, with removing the branding, to be able to put it under like our own domain or something. Is that something that we can do? Do you know what I mean? Like, I'd
Yeah,
rather have it be like minting.dracatus.com instead of dracatus.com drives you over to Omakasea site.
yeah. Well, you can do that, right? There's nothing that stops you from doing that right now.
Yeah, but then I would just have to cloak it, wouldn't I? Unless there's something on your end that's gonna tie the
No,
DNS.
no, no. I mean, you're talking about building your own Mint page.
No, take your use your Mint page, but like, how you like can cloak a domain like underneath another one, basically, right? So when I go to your Mint page from the collection that I made, I have omakase dot whatever.
Oh, I get.
You want to pull the cloaking trickster.
Yeah, but wouldn't that would be on your end? You would basically want to just stream the content from our page into your page, right?
Which I could
I'm
do with like
I'm
an
worried.
iframe.
I'm worried. It could probably be done with an iframe, but let me just. I'm worried that there might be some issue with the
That was
like
my worry too.
the ethers.js library, but theoretically, you should be able to just pop it into an iframe on your page.
Yeah, yeah, totally. And that I was just, and that's kind of what the things I was thinking about today.
Yeah, there's
Either there
nothing
would have to
stopping.
be
There's nothing stopping you from doing that right now.
no, definitely not. I just was wondering if there was also the option to have it just drive to our domain. Like, say, what's an example? Like, say you're using BigCommerce, some e-commerce shop, right? And you can plug in your domain, and it will, kind of bury their address within your domain from the settings of their
Yeah,
site.
I mean,
Do
we have
you
no
know what I
problem
mean?
with that at all. So I think that can be uh, made possible
Yeah,
for sure.
cool. Not a
Just
brush
write,
against just something.
sum it up in the feature request channel, just to have it in there.
Sure.
Like a
Yeah,
full.
that seems totally reasonable. In addition, I think we do plan to have just like a code snippet export for just like the mint button and stuff,
Oh,
like
cool.
and like allow us
Oh, that
mint,
would be awesome.
so you can just like put it in your page.
That's what I would prefer. That would be even
And
easier.
Yeah.
And then I also know that we also have a bunch of template like static React mint pages and stuff like that we will drop on a GitHub repo in the near future that you could just like copy as well, if that makes sense.
It totally does. Does it only? Do you have it only set up in React? I'm an Angular developer, so if there was I mean, if it's a code snippet, it's not going to matter anyway. But it should be easy to drop in.
Yeah.
But if you're doing templates, do you guys only do them in React? That's just what.
I mean, everything we do is TypeScript and static React. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Are there any other major questions, guys? Otherwise, I'm going to have the luxury of having a shower since I got the reminder call that this call was going on 15 minutes after it was supposed to start. I'm going to try to not fire anyone, but yeah, that's.
Well, we appreciate your time, man.
Is there anything? Who's that?
Oh, Wave. Hey, Wave.
What's up, everybody? This is Wave.
Hey, Wavy. What's good, Wavy?
Everything.
Let's fucking go. All right, guys. I'm gonna take a shower and then I'll be in Twitter Spaces. So if you have any other general questions that are non like specific, that I can fucking ask them.
Wait. You got any question left?
Oh yeah, I got a quick question. Is there like a centralized spot where I can just look at all the features, or should I just start? Because I want to see if I can just look at everything at once.
Tiara is working on that already. Should be soon.
No worries. Yeah, I just want to.
Yeah. No, go ahead, Wave.
I was just saying, I'd rather not just ask a million questions, be able to look at everything as a whole, and start learning how to go through everything and do things. So I'm here chilling. I'm just being patient for sure.
Cool. Thank you so much, Wave. Yeah, we'll have a bunch of updates, and we're just like, now that we've like staffed up, we only have like one more hire to do, and then like we'll have like more organized like Medium posts coming. Just things will get a little more organized. It's just been like we've just been like heads in the sand, just like digging through, like making sure everything actually worked, and then like inevitably with software, like it works, and then we grow, and then people break it. So we're just scale up, getting enough people on the team to handle it all. So yeah, DAO dashboard is definitely dropping in the next probably few days here. So look forward to that, and I'll be on Twitter Space if you guys have any questions. All right, I'll talk to you guys in a little bit.
Cool. Hey, shoot. If y'all know any ways I can further help the community or help the project, just let me know, and I'll try to pull some strings.
Like regarding Omakasea or what do you?
I mean, just the squad in general, bro. Whether y'all just need a little bit of alpha or just it don't matter at all, just anything.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way with the licensee. This is kind of like this is our squad, so I'm here too. Whatever you guys need.
Oh, for sure. Cool. Tiara already left us. Okay. Yeah, nice. All right. I think we're gonna roll it up then.
All right, gang.
Yo, Coma, I got one question for you, man. Where can we find these recordings at? Like, do y'all put these recordings somewhere?
Actually, there's no archive channel. But for this recording right now, I will upload it to YouTube most likely. Within the next 24 hours, and then
Okay, bro. Do you know if the last one got uploaded or not? Like the last time we got to talk to the chef?
I try to remember if I know we had a last call, and I think we didn't record that one. I have to ask Tiara. Maybe she recorded on her end, but I think we didn't have the recording button running. But this time we turned it up. All
right, man. I appreciate it. Thanks, man.
I'm a look when I check the recording, like upload it to the recording and edit it tomorrow. This one, and I'm a look if I got like the previous one, or look if I got some previous leftovers I didn't upload it, or or edited yet.
All right, man. Hey, all you guys have a good night, bro.
Yeah, thanks. You too. Have a good time, everyone.
Take care, guys.
Take care, guys. Yeah.